Anyway, that was a downer.
Yeah, thanks for that. So, speaking of downers, this was an interesting statistic that
you have
that
the
came
craziest segues, man. What is that? It's like, yeah, I just stepped on a dead antelope. Speaking of dead antelopes, cars are doing great. What? That's what you sound like.
That'll be the day.
Anyway.
Yeah, there's been a distinct lack of drops in this show.
Yeah, so this statistic came out earlier this week that sperm counts and quality are down by 50%.
Speak for yourself.
How do they know that?
Across the last 40 years, it's gone down by 50%. Well,
so they've been examining men's junk for 40 years?
I guess so, yeah.
Whoa, Chevelle, you stepped on my joke. Speak for yourself. I got to get it out there nice and clear.
Yeah, okay. But this is only happening on the three most developed continents on the planet, which are Europe, North America, and Australia. So if you go to continents that were considered part of the third world, they're apparently very virile, and the population is exploding. And in North America and in Europe and in Australia, where we're supposedly very developed, we're actually beginning to see a significant decrease in fertility and a drop-off in population.
Seems like we're back to that nuclear power problem. What's the proximity of the average person to a nuclear power plant?
You think that's what it is?
Developed countries.
Well, see, this is the interesting point. It's funny that you mentioned that because science currently has no explanation for why this is happening.
What has science ever actually explained?
Ooh.
Look for the drop, Joe. I see you. Come on, look for one.
No, I don't think I have one for
What
that.
did you say?
Oh, I know. I say like,
I'm going to try and forget you said that.
There we go. How's that?
More like a rim shot. Come on, that was good.
Okay, all right. The thing that I wanted to say was totally not appropriate, so I'm not going to say
When did that ever stop you?
No, I've got it. No, I'm trying to be a better person.
Okay, all right. So anyway, so what do you speculate is the? I mean, are we looking at pollution as a problem? Are we talking air pollution, water
I blame
pollution,
global warming.
contamination of the environment? Is it global warming?
It's global warming. People's junk is getting too hot.
Well, interestingly enough, like I said, it is only in these three most developed continents. But how much of this is stress? I mean, medical science is known for a long time.
I don't think you can blame it on stress.
But it's a scientific fact that when you are stressed out, your sperm count is going to go down. A lot of the body suffers.
But let's follow that line of thought.
Okay.
You're saying that I got to go to work and do this 9 to 5, and I got a deadline coming up in 10 days, versus if I don't go out here and plant this farm, I'm going to die in 2 days. That's stress. Third world country stress is a whole nother level of stress. If I don't go out here and shoot this deer, it's going to eat. I won't eat for a month, and then that lion will devour my carcass. That's stress.
Okay. So you're ruling out stress as a possibility.
Or maybe a winter is coming and the militia from the other village is coming and threatening to chop all my limbs off. That is stress. I'm not going to make my car payment. Yeah, it's a little irritating, but it ain't that daggum stressful.
Yeah, those White Walkers are a real problem.
All right, so CJ, what would you suggest is? I mean, I know you said global warming, but
I think it's a cumulative effect.
Completely unscientific,
I don't think it's global warming.
Nobody
I don't
here
personally
works
believe in
for
global
JPL.
warming. There, I said it.
You don't? Oh wow, he really is a Trump
I
lover.
did say that. No, come on, man. The world's getting hot. I think that's a great thing.
Where's your Trump impersonation? But there's no such thing as global warming.
This guy knows what he's talking about. I like this CJD guy. He's my man.
You know what? I'm not going to live that long. I'm not that concerned about it, frankly.
I'm pretty sure it's Bluetooth waves.
But you have children, and they will live longer.
You know what?
And according to scientific,
here's what I'm going to say.
They may not be able to have their own children afterward.
This is actually not a new thing. This is definitely a problem of developed and successful societies.
Okay.
Because every society that becomes that successful ends up failing for a number of reasons, and that tends to be one of the reasons. One of the things is a lot of people just don't want to procreate. So birth control, I think, does have an effect. You can't go in there and constantly manipulate for women, men. I mean, we're talking about sperm count specifically. But I think that when a man is throwing on a condom with spermicide and then he's going out and he's shagging girls for the first 15, 20 years of his adult sexual life,
Yeah.
it's going to have an effect.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I don't know where your hand is, Ben. I don't think I'm going to go there.
Oh, man.
What did he
But
say?
it's going to have an effect. You can't sit there and think that having spermicide wrapped around your junk for who knows how many cumulative days is not going to have an effect.
That's what she said.
The hell are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
It's going to have an effect, all right.
Yeah. Birth control definitely has an effect on women. Any man who has ever had a woman that stopped her birth control for any amount of time has seen how the hormonal rage kicks in.
I thought they got the rage while they were on.
It goes both ways. It's
No,
when
I
you're
thought
it's
the
when
birth
you're
control
getting
is supposed to mellow them
basically,
out.
that's,
Well,
that's
yeah.
a whole different
No,
conversation. Women are just angry all the time.
It's not even just with
Dang.
birth control. It's really with like any medication you have to do consistently. There's that period of time where you first start doing it where your body is flipping out, and then there's that period of time where you're coming off of it, your body flips out. So the same thing happens with birth control, and I think the same thing is probably a part of what happens with spermicides. And then the other side of that I think is how much we process our food and how much non-food we actually have in our systems.
Non-food.
Yeah. Like, why do we have so many fillers? Why do we have plastic in our peanut butter?
So basically, that sandwich full of nitrites you just ate before we went on the air.
Perfect
You're
example.
thinking that's a.
Perfect example.
How do you think they get ham that cheap?
Just saying. This guy's dropping science.
Well, I'm not.
like this guy.
I'm
I like this Todd Fluker.
I'm not going to disagree with you that I do think that contamination is playing a major part of that. Processed foods probably are not helping us one bit. But
Plus,
what
there's the
about the
Bluetooth.
GMO foods? You know,
Yeah,
when you
well,
try
that's
to
another thing.
when you try to eat more healthy and you try to eat fresher, but everything
Well, I'd be
now
interested
is.
in seeing the comparison between the European countries and America's, because the European is a lot more strict about their GMO than America is.
And yet they're suffering from the same decrease in sperm count
I don't know
and
if
quality.
it's the same. I want to see what the difference
It
is.
is.
There's
It's
got to be a
still-
difference.
In these three continents, the most developed continents on the planet, 50% decline over 40 years.
Yeah, but I'm sure like in one it might be an average of 49 versus on the other where it's 53 or something like that. I don't have that data, so I'd be
Yeah,
curious.
but you're splitting hairs at this point.
But
What's
it
one
means
or
something.
2
It
percentage
means
points? I don't think makes that big a difference.
I do. And I think you're wrong.
I'm sure there's a lot of factors, Bluetooth waves, and other such things.
There you go.
But come on, you got
And
this.
it's probably from years of walking around with cell phones.
Yeah,
next to our
everybody's
junk.
got this thing in your pocket that's totally receiving all these waves at all times.
Yeah.
It's drawing waves towards your wang. That's the last thing I
So,
need.
That's it. We're going to develop the Wang Shield, and we're going to market that.
Actually, I think you're
we're
late on that.
trademarking this right now, the Wang Shield.
I'm going to Google that. I bet you this one already.
That's going to protect you from cellular radiation. That is going to be, and we're going to market it right here on Around Midnight.
Cell phone waves, Bluetooth waves, Wi-Fi waves.
There you go, exactly. And I'd like to think, by the way, that we are doing our part to help the population, because based on the fact that we haven't gotten a single blasted phone call so far, obviously people are doing other things and maybe other people, but they're not watching us.